Hey guys, welcome back to AP Deconstructed. Today's video is a broad concept video where we're going to be going over Unit 1 of AP World History. Guys, before we begin, please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more educational videos in the future. Be sure to also check out our other playlists on this channel for detailed videos of other AP subjects. So anyways, without further ado, let's begin. So, there are a couple of topics in the first unit of this class. These topics include the Americas, Dar-Al-Islam, East Asia, South and Southeast Asia, Africa, and finally Europe. So all of these subtopics make up what is known as the global tapestry or the first unit. And if you guys are looking for a specific topic that you need to work on, I'm going to be putting timestamps in the description. So first off, let's begin with the Americas. So all three largest Central to South American empires began from 250 and ended around 900 CE. While the Aztecs and Mayans stretched through Central America and Mexico respectively, the Incans stretched throughout mostly South America. Now, while we refer to them all as just empires, both the Mayans and the Incans were actually just made up of a multitude of city-states, each ruled by their own respective ruler. These splits often led to conquest and, in return, tribute. The Aztecs and the Mayans both collected tribute from their conquered people as well as citizens. But on the other hand, the Incans did not collect tribute and instead relied on the Mita system. So the Mita system was actually a public labor system, which meant that everyone had to work a certain amount of hours, and this included conquered people as well as Incan citizens. In the Americas during this time, innovation boomed and gave way to many new discoveries. The Incas developed quipu notes to record important information, and additionally the Mayans discovered discoveries like zero and propelled calendars as well, which propelled many astronomical studies in the future. Now moving on to religion, both the Mayans and the Aztecs both practiced human sacrifice in order to appease their gods. On the other hand though, the Incans did not practice human sacrifice and actually relied more on public disasters to appease their gods. Additionally, the Incans also believed in something called animism, which meant that they used inanimate objects such as rocks, mountains, and other geographical features and portrayed them actually as gods. Now let's take a look at Dar-Al-Islam. Following the death of Muhammad in 632, Islam spread rapidly outward from Arabia. Beginning from the center of the Abbasid Caliphate, Dar-al-Islam came a long way and spread very quickly throughout the Near Land. A large and pleasurable trait of the followers of Islam was their allowance of other religions, such as Christianity, Judaism, etc. Moving on, the Abbasid Caliphate faced many problems among nomadic groups around their empire, three in specific. These three were the first most notably known as the Egyptian Mamluks. Essentially, the Egyptian Mamluks were enslaved people who carried out occupations such as becoming soldiers or being part of the bureaucracy. However, due to their roles, they were able to rise up in Egypt and form their own Mamluk Sultanate, which then ruled over places where the Abbasid Caliphate had once ruled and posed a large threat to the Abbasid. The second group was known as the Seljuks, were a group of Turks expanding their empire. Although they were powerful, their threat wasn't very large. Now the last group and the third group of nomadic groups were the Mongols, who came from Central Asia. Their power, rising fast, would eventually allow them to conquer the Abbasid Caliphate in the year 1258. Now pervading away from the nomadic groups, the Abbasids also faced another threat from Europe. Crusaders or Christian missionaries and soldiers demanded open access to the Middle East and easily posed a threat due to their encampments and Christian nations in the heart of Islamic territory. Now, one of the reasons that the Islamic caliphates are well known is for their innovations. In addition to building on the intellectual achievements of other cultures, scholars during what was known as the Golden Age, actually in Baghdad, made their own great achievements. One example of this is a man named Nasir Din al-Tusi from 1201 to 1274, was one of the most celebrated Islamic scholars. He contributed to the following: astronomy, law, logic, and many more. Another large part of Islamic life was Sufism, which is the attempt to grasp religious happenings that were hard to understand and required deep psychological thinking. Finally, let's look at economy and gender. Economics was very important in Islamic empires, and due to large activities in medicine and translation, works such as those combined with merchants and other trading facilities helped boost Islamic presence. Using the Silk Road, the Arabs were able to expand trade and reroute their empires. Now, looking at slavery, the Muslims were banned from enslaving themselves or people of other European religion. Slaves, however, did come from places such as Africa and Kia and Rus. Women in Islam were free, but they were always required to wear a hijab and make no contact with other men other than their spouse or family. Now, our next topic for this video is going to be Asia. We'll first talk about the East and then move on to the rest of Asia. So let's begin with the Song Empire. Located in modern-day China, the Song Empire was ruled by an emperor with a supporting bureaucracy. However, different from many other empires, the Song actually decided that membership was based on merit rather than being born into a certain class. In this way, the civil service exam was used to test the meritocracy of students and correctly place them in society. Now, how did these empires survive? Essentially, through the Silk Road, the Song and other neighboring peoples developed gunpowder as well as a large body known as the Grand Canal. The canal aided in transportation, while gunpowder in protection. Additionally, for food, they relied on champa rice, which is a fast ripening and drought-resistant strain of rice. As with many other valuables, the Song was the first to discover coal and steel, which helped them flourish through trade in the Silk Road. They discovered woodblock printing and writing, which allowed for easy communication, and they were also the first to discover paper. Additionally, the Song economy relied on proto-industrial work, which relied more on working at home than industrial work. Now, moving on, the emperor, in order to finance most of these developments, needed to gain some wealth. Using two forms, tributes and taxes, the emperor was able to gouge money out of neighboring cities and his own peoples. Now, finally, let's talk about religion. Essentially, religion was widespread in the East. With Buddhism and Taoism, there were people of both, and that was tolerated. However, with a man named Confucius, the idea of Confucianism was developed and soon adopted by almost the entirety of the Song Empire. However, later on, through the progression of this empire, Confucianism has gone through many changes, including becoming Neo-Confucianism at the end of its time span. Now let's move on to Japan. In Japan, feudalism was the employed form of government. Essentially, daimyos or small rulers would rule over small areas of land and essentially report to their rulers, which were the shoguns. In Japan, most enforcements or army troops would be samurais or Japanese warriors. Similar to knights in Europe, these samurais had a code called Bushido which ruled them. Since Japan was literally separated from China, they did not interact very much. Korea was very much like China and emulated a majority of its processes. However, the aristocracy in Korea was much more powerful than in China. Vietnam was also similar to China. However, in Vietnam, the idea of a nuclear family, a family of an immediate father, mother, and children, mostly prevailed. Additionally, the practice of having more than one wife was permitted. Okay, so our second to last topic for today is in the West, more specifically towards Africa. Now, African society was based mostly around the Bantu people, a set of agricultural tribes located in West Africa. Unlike others, the Bantus were ruled by their own community-based chiefs, meaning that they did not have centralized power. However, as tensions started to increase, kingdoms did start to rise and change the scope of Africa for a very long time to come. Some of these kingdoms included the Hausa, a city-state connected kingdom, and Ghana, who peaked in ivory and gold trade. Something that interconnected many of these empires was the trans-Saharan trading routes, which spanned throughout Africa. Additionally, kingdoms which thrived due to this trading route included Mali, brought to wealth by Mansa Musa, Great Zimbabwe, which flourished in the Indian Ocean trade network due to their large deposits of gold, and last but not least, Ethiopia, one of the only Christian nations around the time. Now let's take a look into the lives of these empires. So, most empires at the time relied on slavery in the Indian Ocean slave trade. While people could not own land, they could still own other people. This sparked a rebellion known as the Zanj Rebellion and caused the uprising of Africans and Arabic slave population. However, on the bright side, culture still thrived in Africa. Literature was large, and griots male and griotes female writers would write and perform literature, and shape African communities. So, thank you guys for checking out our video, and we sincerely hope that you guys learned something from our video today. Be sure to check our channel again for more videos in the future, such as more units in AP World, or if you want to check out any other AP subject, and visit our channel for more of these videos. If you're new here, please subscribe to our channel and like this video so that you can encourage us to keep making more videos like this, which are going to help you in school and in the AP test. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.